business owners, you ever wake up, stare at your phone, and think, if one more person asks me where the extra forms are, I'm throwing this thing in the bathtub? Yeah, you're not lazy, you're drowning. And nobody told you running a business was basically professional drowning with occasional snacks. Every business owner hits this phase, the congratulations, you built something that only works if you never stop working phase. You've got employees who need you, clients who text you, and problems that regenerate faster than bad ideas at a staff meeting. You can't take a vacation, you can't take a breath, you can't even pee without hearing, hey, quick question. And every time someone says, you just need better systems, you want to hand them your calendar and say, cool, you build them while I go cry in my truck. But here's the thing, systems aren't built when life is calm. They're built when life is chaos. So today, we're going to talk about how to build structure while everything's on fire, how to fix your business while still running 90 miles an hour, and how to do it without losing your mind or your humor in the process. Because you don't need to build the perfect system. You just need to stop living inside the mess. Welcome back to $0 Marketing. I'm Chris Beecham, small business coach, professional fighter of self-inflicted chaos, and the guy who's rebuilt more companies from the trenches than I care to count. I've run businesses with 35 employees, and I've run them with 5. And somehow the smaller ones were harder because when it's just you and a skeleton crew, you don't have departments. You are the departments. Your sales, marketing, payroll, therapist, janitor, and spiritual advisor, all before lunch. So if you're watching this while answering emails, eating cold pizza, and wondering when the fun part of entrepreneur starts, this one's for you. Let's talk about where you are right now. The chaos phase. It starts off great. You're the hero. You fix things. You hustle. You make it happen. But then one day, I got this, quietly turns into, I can't keep this up. You wake up exhausted, but your to-do list still thinks it's 2019, before burnout became your brand. And what nobody tells you is that success can feel exactly like failure. It just pays better. You're not bad at your job. You just built a system that depends entirely on your stamina, and stamina eventually runs out. In my coaching calls, this is where people always show up, not because they need more sales, but because they need air. They've been sprinting uphill for 3 years and are suddenly realizing that if they stop moving, everything collapses. Here's the truth. Systems don't come from peace. They come from panic. They come from that exact moment you whispered, something has to change, right before your brain short circuits. So let's change it. You don't hate systems. You just don't have time to build them between your panic attacks. You keep telling yourself, I'll fix this when things are slow. But things never slow down because you're the reason they don't. Chaos is addictive. It tricks you into thinking motion equals progress. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Chaos is comfort. It's familiar. It keeps you feeling important because if everyone needs you, you matter, right? Wrong. You're just tired. I tell my clients this all the time. If your business collapses when you take a day off, that's not a business. That's a hostage situation. And you're both the hostage and the kidnapper. So before we build systems, we have to break that addiction to chaos because systems don't work if you secretly love the drama. You can't fix your whole business in 1 week. You can't even fix your inbox in a week. So start with one fire. I call it the one fire rule. Every week, pick one reoccurring headache and kill it permanently. Not bandage it, not circle back later, end it. Example, you're always chasing invoices. Automate your billing or stop working with people who act allergic to pain. Employees keep asking the same question. Write a 2-sentence process and tape it to the wall. I've done that multiple times. Clients keep emailing the same confusion. Record a 60-second Loom video and send that instead. One fire, one fix. Do that 10 times, you've got a real foundation. Do it 50 times, you've got peace. Because if you fix one fire a week, next year you'll have 52 fewer things to hate about your job. Inside my coaching, I help business owners do exactly this. Not because I have superpowers, but because clarity beats complexity every single time. You don't need a new CRM. You need to stop babysitting the same fires every Tuesday. Your brain is not a server. It's more like a junk drawer full of expired gift cards and rage. The first real system you need isn't for your business, it's for your thoughts. Every time you say, I need to remember that, you're adding another unpaid intern to your mental payroll. Write it down anywhere, a notebook, a notes app, a sticky note. I don't care. Just get it out of your head. Then once a week, go through that pile of chaos and decide, is this something I need to do? Delegate or delete. And yes, 80% of what you wrote down will be trash. That's the point. You don't declutter your office by admiring the junk, you throw it away. I call this mental decluttering in my coaching program because you can't build structure on a panicked brain. Systems start with space, not spreadsheets. Okay, now that you've dumped your brain, you're going to organize it. And we're not using some corporate task manager nobody actually opens. Here's my version. 3 buckets. Bucket 1, do it. Stuff only you can do, like the big sales call or firing your cousin. Bucket 2, delegate it. Stuff someone else can do 80% as well as you can. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. If it saves you 2 hours, it's perfect enough. Bucket 3, delete it. Stuff nobody should be doing. The busy work, the fake important stuff that exists only to make you feel productive. When you're drowning, your instinct is to grab everything. But most of those tasks are just anchors. If it's not making money or making peace, toss it. In my coaching calls, I literally make people write every task on sticky notes and sort them into buckets. And it's wild because halfway through, they realize most of their urgent tasks are dumb, like reorganizing file names or designing a logo for a project that doesn't even exist yet. If your business feels heavy, it's because you're carrying dumb stuff, all right? Automate the obvious. People hear automation and picture robots or software they can't afford. But automation isn't tech, it's self-respect. It's future you doing a favor for present you. If you do something more than twice, automate it, template it, or stop doing it. Stop playing email tag, send a calendar link. Stop manually invoicing, set up automatic reminders. Stop rewriting the same email, just save a template. Stop overthinking your social post. Recycle your top 5 performing ones. If you find yourself typing, let me know if you have any questions. Again, just tattoo it on your forearm at this point. Automation doesn't make you cold, it makes you consistent. I walk clients through what's worth automating and what just needs boundaries, because sometimes you don't need software, you just need to start saying no. Let's kill the myth that systems have to look like a corporate manual nobody reads. You don't need a 30-page PDF full of clip art. You need mini SOPs, short, 1-page cheat sheets that answer one question. How do we do this thing without bothering me? That's it, right? 5 of them. How you onboard a client, how you fulfill an order, how you post to social media, how to deal with a screw up or a mistake, how you communicate updates. If an employee can't follow it while eating a sandwich, it's too long. You're not building a franchise, you're building freedom. And systems don't need to be pretty, they need to be usable. The goal is to make your business so simple that if you got hit by a taco truck, someone else could step in and keep it running. And honestly, if that doesn't motivate you, nothing will. Here's the part nobody wants to talk about. Building systems while you're drowning isn't just logistical, it's emotional. Because deep down, you think if you stop holding everything together, it'll all fall apart. But spoiler, it's already falling apart. You're just holding it with caffeine and guilt. Letting go doesn't mean losing control. It means finally having some. I've had clients cry, literally cry, when they realized their business could run without them answering every text. Not because it made them rich, but because it made them human again. You're not the only one who's named a Google Sheet, final_V3. We've all been there. Systems aren't corporate. They're compassionate. They're how you buy your life back, one process at a time. So here's your challenge this week. Pick one reoccurring problem. Write down how to fix it, never deal with it again. That's it. That's how systems are built, one fire at a time. You don't need to become a tech genius. You need to stop being an unpaid janitor of your own chaos. Being busy isn't a badge of honor, it's a red flag. I'm Chris Beecham. This is $0 marketing. And if your business only works when you're miserable, let's fix that together inside $0 coaching. Because systems aren't about control, they're about freedom. Freedom to step away, freedom to breathe, freedom to actually live. Now close your 37 open tabs, pick one fire, and start building something that doesn't burn you out.